Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated, okay? Be sure to tell a family, friend, or foe, or you know, to come on over and subscribe to the channel so they can be privy to these spiritual notifications. There is enough space in this place for everyone to be notified. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, and if not, and you choose to stay in the bushes, hello there. You're still welcome, and thank you for your views. All right. We have the Hoodoo Tarot out today. We're going to tap in. We're going to tap in, tap in, tap in. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Thank you for your kindness and support and being a good sport. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay. One second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So we're starting off with the energy of the Four of Baskets. So it looks like there could be some kind of disappointment going on in your life currently. Some kind of outcome that you've been waiting for. I'm going through the book here, looking for the page so I can read from it. Some kind of outcome that you've been waiting for, collective. You expected maybe a wonderful turnout or turnaround. This could be an investment, or this could be maybe someone going to a school or some kind of training program. This could be learning a skill as well. And maybe you had some kind of expectation. So this energy of the Four of Baskets is similar to having an expectation, whether it's a relationship, some kind of training or skill, something that you have been involved in, you know, with the Four of Baskets here. And you're very disappointed in the outcome of what has happened, okay? It says a young woman is being offered just one more basket after rudely rejecting the other three, okay? And so you could be under the impression, or maybe you've also witnessed other people having some kind of positive outcome, especially if this is something like training. A good example of this would be, okay, we all hear and we know that nursing, the nursing field, the medical field, it's very profitable. It's a wonderful career. We hear a lot of success stories about how people are successful and they become financially stable, and all the opportunities that a nursing degree or working in the medical field could be very profitable for someone to be in that particular field. So this energy is about an expectation that you had set. And you were also convinced that it would be a positive income or income. Yeah, so this is something surrounding money. Maybe this is an investment for you with the Four of Baskets energy. And so it says she's being offered one more basket after not being satisfied with the three. So this could also be maybe you are remodeling your home, you're redecorating. You could be someone who's invested into a property, and maybe you're not satisfied with the contractors that you've hired. They promised you a wonderful turnout. Maybe they even showed you pictures or some kind of portfolio of their work. And you had an expectation that everything would turn out just right because from looking at the portfolio. And also I'm hearing maybe word of mouth, maybe this person or this company or contractor was referred to you as well. And so you were expecting for, their work. Maybe someone's redoing their kitchen, their bathroom, and it's just not turning out the way you expected. Okay. This could also be maybe you investing your money in some kind of stock. This could be Bitcoin. This could be you investing in some shares of someone's business. And maybe someone promised you. Now, when they were asking for the loan or asking for you to invest, they were rubbing it on like butter. Spirit is saying everything was smooth like butter. They were very persuasive in convincing you to invest in their brand, in their business. And they promised you so much of a return that you'd be glad that you chose to invest in their idea. But you're like, tell me lies, tell me lies. So also, you could be having problems with communicating with someone that owes you money as well, or owes you some kind of explanation. This could also be pertaining to a relationship. I'm getting a whole lot of different energy here. But either way, you're just unsatisfied and you're just not trying to hear it. You're just not trying to hear it. And the next card we have here is the Four of Sticks here, okay? And so the Four of Sticks, this is a happy couple is planning their baby's placenta with angelica flower beneath the lush creep tree in the hopes of attracting good fortune to the child. So this is a couple planning the placenta. Most likely, someone has just given birth and they're doing a ritual to bring good fortune to the child after birth. And so, with the Four of Sticks, after you may have been disappointed, you're taking action, trying to create some kind of positive return, some kind of positive outcome or response. That's what this is representing here. So you may not like the work that the contractor has done, but maybe you're just going to go along with it. And you're like, well, look, I won't be referring you, but your job is done here, buddy. Okay. Maybe you hired them to maybe remodel the bathroom and the kitchen. You're like, you know what? I don't even want the bathroom done. You can stop right here. I'll get someone else to do it. And so maybe you're going to hire someone else to come behind them and maybe fix what they did not fix, or fix what you do not approve of. Okay. And this could also be associated with a relationship, you not being satisfied, not being satisfied in a relationship after having several confrontations. Okay. I'm getting confrontations or conversations with someone regarding how this relationship is going. You could be the one with the Four of Sticks here that's tried to make this relationship work repetitively, even when things are sour, even when maybe I'm picking up someone's spouse who's always late. On date night, they're always late. They promise to do something, they don't keep their promise. You could be dating someone or either in a relationship with someone who has a job that they work long hours. This could be someone that works 12 hours. This could be someone who's a CEO or works in management as well. So their job is very demanding, but their career is interrupting their love life, or not interrupting. I'll say affecting, because you need your livelihood. It's affecting their love life and their ability to show improve, and you're just unsatisfied with the Four of Baskets here. But the Four of Sticks is representing you if you're in a relationship where you're constantly stating your claim of how unsatisfied you are. The Four of Sticks is representing you trying your best to smooth things over, even after repetitively having situations that proves or either it's propelling you, it's directing you to feel like, well, maybe I have to separate from my husband, my wife, my lover, my spouse, whatever your situation is. So you could be contemplating, collective, possibly leaving this relationship or this connection, but you've been indecisive because you're trying to give this person a chance. You're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, hoping maybe they'll change their ways. Maybe they'll make more time for you. Maybe they'll begin to stick to their word. If they promise something, they'll do it. This is a relationship where you feel your spouse is not reliable. This is not someone you can depend on. They could be successful in their own right, very handsome or beautiful, whoever they are. But when it comes to being on time, they have a problem with that. When it comes to their love life, they have a time with making time for their spouse. And even if you could be married, like I said, or this could be someone you're dating, this is a problem that they've had not only with you, but everyone that they have dated prior to you. So you're in the limbo of should I or shouldn't I? But you're at the end of your rope. So if you're watching and you and your spouse is having this problem, I think you better get it together. Okay. And so the next card we have here is the Five of Baskets. Okay. The Five of Baskets here, three baskets are shown in various states, okay, of destruction. Two remain unscattered beneath debris, despite being bent or distorted. The two baskets that survive whatever destroyed the other three represent out often untapped inner power and strength. And so the Five of Baskets is clearly stating that there's still hope, for your situation. Whether this is you hiring someone and them not fulfilling their agreement, whether this is a relationship that you're not happy in, this could be an investment. Spirit is saying with the Five of Baskets here that all hope is not lost. And it's not the end all be all. There is room for you to have a positive turnout and outcome in the situation. As I mentioned earlier, if you hired someone and they're not fulfilling their contract, and I'm seeing someone having a home remodel. This could be the home that you live in, or this could be an investment property that you recently purchased, and you could be having repairs done. So that it can become a rental property, or maybe you plan to sell this property. But I see you finding a way to still make it beautiful, finding a way to still make it suitable and presentable to where you can get a tenant or maybe a buyer who will be interested in this property, regardless of whether or not you were satisfied with the outcome of this home repair that was done. And so the Five of Baskets is reminding you that there's always more than one way to meet your goal. Kind of reminds me of law here. I'm thinking of law. Maybe someone is an attorney. Someone could be a prosecutor as well. Maybe you're going to law school. Maybe you're studying for this. I'm picking that energy up here. But, there's always more than one way to find resolve for whatever you're dealing with or coping with in life. And many times when we are upset, when we are peed off and we're fumed with anger, when we're unable to see, the forest for the trees, we're unable to see our way out of these situations when we are in our emotions. But there's always more than one way to find resolve for whatever you are dealing or coping with. Okay. Yeah, let's get a few more cards here. Yeah, so with the Eight of Baskets, you feel that you've put in a lot of work and time and effort, and you feel like you're the only one in this relationship, or you're the only one trying to get things right. You feel like you're alone. Like I said, this person could be a good provider, someone who spoils you, someone who you have an opportunity to travel with and live a life of luxury. But when it comes to being romantic and chivalry, something about your partner just doesn't get it, or standing you up on certain date nights, or when you have appointments, or you want them to be present. This could also be someone you have children with as well. And maybe you're tired of showing up to the school meetings by yourself. You want them to be present, and it's frustrating you. It's making you feel some kind of way. You could also feel that this person could be possibly cheating or having an affair, but Spirit is saying that is not true. Your spouse is actually the demands of their job, of their career, their hobby, their interest, if they're an entrepreneur, is calling for them to be constantly available. Okay. So I'm not picking that up. If I did, I would share. But with the Eight of Baskets here, you've been working hard to maintain the peace, to keep the relationship together. Okay. But you feel like it's time to make a decision. So the best thing you could do is choose what makes you happy. Only you know what makes you happy. Only you know if this is a connection worth you staying. Only you know if this person is really putting in the work. This message here is a spiritual nudge. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule, but it is time to make a decision so that you don't spend your life staying at a crossroads. You're either going to stay or go. And if you choose to stay, then that means it's time for you to consider finding some ways and some mechanisms to deal and cope with being in a relationship with someone who has a job that has a lot of demands. It's like dating a surgeon or a medical physician, and they're running maybe 3 or 4 practices that they bounce in between, and working long hours, and just having a lot that is required of them. It takes a special kind of person, not just for the medical field, but I was just using it as an example. When you do have a spouse that has a career that requires and demands a lot of their time, it's not that the relationship can't work. It just takes a special kind of person, and I really mean that, that's able to find a way to be understanding, but as well as to cope with the idea that no, your spouse is not always out there cheating or doing something foul. I'm picking up, this is someone who's honestly working and working hard, maintaining and keeping things afloat, so that they can continue to provide the lifestyle they desire, but also for their family as well, especially if this is someone that you plan on building with, having children, grandchildren with, looking forward to retirement, setting things in place so that you'll be able and stable. Spirit is saying able and stable. With the pandemic, it showed us that you can have things arranged, but you just never know. None of us never know. Anything can happen at the drop of a hat, the snap of a finger, the flick of a switch. Okay, life can change. Life can throw you a curveball, and you'll think you're prepared for something. And sometimes, unfortunately, there are people who have been caught in the midst of not being prepared. And so, yeah, the pandemic has taught us that. Those who know what I'm talking about. So this person is working hard to make sure that they will have a moment in their life where they'll be able to relax and be financially secure and comfortable, but able to provide and secure a future for you as well as whomever. If you choose to leave this person, I said leave this person. Okay. Maybe they don't want to lose you. Maybe they're aware of this, but they're like, look, baby, look, the job is calling for me. I gotta go. I gotta go. Okay. So yeah, that's the read. It's time for you to make a decision. And if you're going to stay, make sure, it came up in a reading yesterday. Make sure, no matter who you are, or what your tax bracket is, that when you're in a relationship, whether you're dating, married, whatever it is, that you have a life of your own, that you have some kind of social group or activities that you tend to, or that you go to, or your own friend group, your own leisure hobbies or play, so that you're not hyper focused. Yes, you're in a relationship, but it doesn't mean you have to stop living. Everyone needs something to call their own, and that'll stop you from being idle, and that'll also stop you from being focused on the negative. And I can't I can't get the expression, and being so frustrated, hyper focus on the negative hypotheticals. When you have a life of your own and you have something going on, I mean, it could be something as simple as going to different parks and maybe hiking or exercising. It could be anything, taking a cooking class, a writing class. It could be anything, okay? Or a hobby that you create, something that you do that's of fun, that makes you happy, so that you're not just so focused on one area of a relationship that is really meant for you and meant to bring you into the fold of something beautiful that's being created. But to be in a relationship, as I said, with someone who works long hours, it takes a special kind of partner to be understanding of that. Yes, we know cheating happens. Yes, we know deceitful behavior happens, but I'm not picking that up in this read. Whomever this person is, they really care about you, and they love you, and they want you to understand. But it's like, look, if you choose to leave, then you choose to leave. you know. Yeah, because whatever their career is, this is something they've either went to college, work hard, obtain a degree for, or they have a lot of time and money and effort invested into whatever their career field is. So yeah, you have to have something of your own, something that's yours, whether it's a ballroom in class, anything. You can create something to do as well. Okay, so this concludes the read. I trust and hope that it assists you for your highest good.